What's up guys, welcome back. Today we're back in the kitchen for another ballin' on a budget recipe where I show you guys how to cut the cost without cutting the flavor. I'll be showing you my recipe for smothered chicken. Meet me in the kitchen, let's make it happen. All right guys, in my opinion, the key to ballin' on a budget is using what you have already at home. That way you don't have to spend any extra money. So today we're gonna flavor the rice with very simple ingredients that I already had in the fridge. We got tomato paste, we got garlic, we got onion, a little chicken broth. Things that most people have in the pantry or the refrigerator. Use what you have. If you got some cilantro and lime, you can make a cilantro lime rice. If you got yellow rice, you can make that. If you want plain old white rice, then do your thing. Add a little butter, salt, and pepper. It's gonna be delicious. But use what you have to save yourself a couple bucks. Today we're gonna fry the chicken. You don't have to, you can roast it, or you can use a chicken quarter or chicken thigh bone in. Today we're using boneless breast, and we're gonna fry it and then smother it in gravy and onions. And we're gonna pair that with some green beans, again, because that's what I had in the fridge. Green beans are inexpensive and they're delicious. All right, so here you have a few options. You can leave them whole like we're doing today. These are boneless, skinless chicken breasts, about 8 ounces per breast. If you have a family with some small children, 8 ounces may be a large portion for them. What I would do in this scenario would be to butterfly the chicken, which is basically cutting them in half. Then you have 6 portions, which even stretches the money even further. Today, we're gonna go ahead and cover these with some saran wrap. Use a rubber mallet, a meat tenderizer, or a rolling pin to flatten them out, make them nice and even. That way they fry evenly. Now, after you give your chicken a thorough beat down like we just did, it's time to season it up. We're going down with my all-purpose seasoning and a little lemon bay. Feel free to use whatever seasoning you got at home that you like. A little Cajun seasoning would work here nicely. Some Italian seasoning, salt, pepper, garlic, onion powder, things of that nature. Use whatever you have, or if you want to buy mine, you can grab that at MrMakeItHappen.com. All of my recipes, including this one, can be found at MrMakeItHappen.com as well. But again, 2 seasonings, real simple, AP, lemon bay, generous coating. We're also gonna season the flour a little bit that we fry this in. Think smothered pork chops, but we're using chicken. So we're gonna fry the chicken, smother it in the gravy, let it finish cooking in the gravy. Some onions, some rice, some green beans. Nice meal for 3 to 6, all for under 25 bucks. Even cheaper if you use chicken thighs. Probably can get it under 20 bucks then.
And today's episode is sponsored by David. Now, I've been on a bit of a fitness journey for quite a while now, and I've always struggled to find a snack that wouldn't mess up my calorie intake. Everything that's high in protein was either full of extra unnecessary calories or it tasted horrible. But then I found David. It's packed with 28 grams of protein and only 150 calories. And it has 0 grams of sugar. Honestly, guys, I was a little skeptical about this product because I've tried so many protein bars that taste awful. They're dry, they're chalky, full of weird sweeteners that cause horrible aftertaste. But David has changed everything for me. They taste amazing, they're real, clean ingredients, and they have no sugar. They're the perfect level of sweetness, and they leave no bad aftertaste at all. Most importantly, I've been kind of struggling to hit 200 grams of protein per day, and David protein bars have helped me supplement that and reach my protein goals, which are ultimately helping me reach my fitness goal. With 75% CFP, they offer the highest protein to calorie ratio on the market. It helps you feel full longer, reduces overall calorie intake, and it helps support fat loss. Most importantly, it tastes absolutely delicious. And honestly, this is my favorite texture of any protein bar I've ever tried. The bars combine the softness of dough with crunchy crisps and white or semi-sweet chocolate that explode in every bite. They have tons of flavors to choose from, and all the ones that I've tried so far, I've absolutely loved. I absolutely love this product, and I think you'll like it too, so get yours today before they sell out. Click the link below or find them at davidprotein.com. That's davidprotein.com, or click the link below to try it today.
We've got our onions diced for the rice. Now I'm going to use a mandolin to thinly slice the onion that we're going to use for the gravy. If you don't have a mandolin, no big deal. You can use a knife, regular preparation. If you do have a mandolin, just protect your fingers because these are super sharp. You don't want to cut yourself. They have guards and stuff for them too, so we're not going to use that today though. Just again, real thin slices, perfect for a nice onion gravy for smothered chicken, smothered pork chops. Give you guys a peek at what they're looking like. Nice and even all the way through. And just repeat that for all of your onion. We're going to use that for our onion gravy. Next up, my friends, it's time to make some seasoned rice. I don't know what to call this. We're just making it up. but it's gonna be delicious. We got a little tomato paste, a little onion, a little garlic, a little parsley, some chicken bouillon powder. We're gonna add some butter, and we're gonna cook our rice with chicken broth instead of water for additional flavor. All right, 2 tablespoons of butter. We're gonna melt that down, and then we're gonna add in our onion. You want to sweat down the onion until it starts to get nice and tender, starts to release its liquid. Then we're going to go in with a tablespoon or so of garlic. 1 to 2 tablespoons of tomato paste. Just give it some color, a little concentrated tomato flavor. I'm also going to add some of my buttery garlic pepper seasoning. It's going to play off the butter and the garlic that's already in here. And then a little bit of chicken bouillon powder just for some added flavor. If you want to spice it up, you can add a pinch of cayenne. I'm going to do that, but it's optional. You don't have to if you don't want to add any spice to this. Just a pinch. Give that a mix, and then we're going to add in 1 cup of long grain white rice. We're going to toast it in there for about a minute or 2 before we add our liquid. 2 cups of chicken broth. This is low sodium chicken broth. We're going to add that, bring it up to a boil, give it a mix, cover it with lid, 15-20 minutes. You got yourself some delicious rice to go with our smothered chicken. Now, my friends, it's time to bread our chicken. We're keeping it real simple today. No egg wash because we're balling on a budget and eggs are damn expensive. Here we have 2.5 cups of all-purpose flour. I'm going to use a half packet of Sazon and some of my all-purpose seasoning. That's all you need. We season the chicken thoroughly. You can season the flour a little bit more if you want to, but it's really not necessary if you season the chicken well. So I'm going to give that a good mix, and then we're just going to, lightly bread the chicken, fry it at 350 degrees until it's golden brown. Now the oil is at 350 degrees, and it's time to fry some chicken. We're going in with our lightly breaded chicken breast. Always lay away from you. Shallow frying these, looking for a nice golden brown color. We don't have to fully cook them either. They can get to 145, 150 degrees, almost all the way there. And then we'll finish them in that gravy. Scoot them over a little bit, make a little room for your friends here. You want to move them around a little bit, make sure they're not sticking to each other or sticking to the bottom, because if they stick to the bottom, they're going to burn. So just give them a little bit of time, probably about 5 or 6 minutes in total. Then we're going to place them on a wire rack, let them drain a second, get started on our gravy, and then finish the chicken in the gravy. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and remove about half of the oil from the frying pan. You can do this in a separate pan if you want to. We're keeping it old school, frying it or making the gravy right in the same pan we fried the chicken in. So right now we're gonna go ahead and add in our onions, start to caramelize those. I've turned the heat off so that we don't get any splatter. So we're gonna fry up these onions, scraping up any brown bits off the bottom. That's the fun and flavor that we're getting from that fried chicken. You wanna go equal parts of oil and flour to make our roux. So get that flour in there. Work that around, cook that for a couple minutes to get that raw flour taste out of there. Then we'll start to add in our chicken broth. All right, guys, the chicken is done, the rice is done, the green beans are done, the gravy is perfect. It's time to plate this up. This is the part where I say brace yourself for a trademark money shot. Say it with me, guys, looking good. The only thing left to do is dig in for the taste test, but before we do that, please take a quick second to subscribe to the channel. Make sure you hit that bell to enable notifications as well. All right, people, I found my knife and my fork. Quick reminder that this recipe and all recipes can be found at MrMakeItHappen.com. All right, this is given like grandma's after playing outside all day for dinner. Gravy, old school gravy, chicken, lightly fried. It would have been white rice or mashed potatoes, but we doctored it up a little bit. Let's see what we got. Juicy chicken. So good. Rice is perfect. I love the little crunchy bits that you get from making the gravy with the fried chicken. Gets those little fried chicken bites within the gravy is really nice. For 20, 25 bucks, feed 3 to 6 people, you can't be mad at this.
Okay, I'm using chopsticks because I've been eating with only chopsticks for 7 days. And this is the 7th day. It's exhilarating. It's a ride down memory lane. This is where you had to be in the house before the street lights came on.